Where do I start? I mean, driving here, I think, Jay, to come here for me, it's a very big thing, Thembi, because you know that back home we don't have a number of you guys at the top clubs. Not just from the Banyana Banyana side, even from the Bafana Bafana side. In fact, I think when we look at the bigger leagues, it's only you guys at Banyana who are in the top countries now. Just also, like, man, the feeling of you being interviewed here by one of your own.
It feels good, when you told me that you're coming here, I was so happy. I was looking forward to it because it's always good to see familiar faces,
Yeah.
It's not so easy to be away from home, but every time someone from South Africa says, hey, I'm in Madrid, I make sure, even if I have a tight schedule, to squeeze them in and to just say hi, and I'm really happy to see you.
And for me, also in a setup like this, because you didn't start here at Atleti, you started at Eibar as well. I think you're about to finish your first season now here.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I've always wanted to come and play in Spain, and it took me about a year to find my feet in Eibar. It's in the north, it's cold. They speak a different language, they don't speak Spanish. So yeah, there was just a lot, in trying to adjust. And I think once you have adjusted, trust me, you will enjoy your football. Once you know that you're not going to be comfortable because you're away from home. And I think that's a lot of things that you have to consider when you move abroad, because you don't have family, you don't have friends. You have to get out of your comfort zone. The only thing that you have is the opportunity of playing football. So if that is good and bigger than everything else in your life, I mean, you're going to have to shift a lot of things and cut a lot of things so that you may be able to get the opportunity. And for women's football in South Africa, for us to come here, it's worth it because it's the opportunities that we look for. And I mean, a year in Eibar, I really had a good season, and then Atleti came to take me.
I'm interested in this. Yesterday I was going through the stadium and everything at the stadium, went to the museum and went to the shop, and and you know what? You're on the same board with the likes of Koke, Luis Suarez, Oblak, Diego Simeone. Hey man, and I'm sure you know the picture I'm talking about.
No, I do.
Yeah,
I do. I've been there.
Sometime you know what? Thembi Kgatlana all the way from Randfontein.
No, I do. I do have those flashbacks, and I think that's something I really appreciate about the journey. I've never been a person that boasts too much about what I do, but I let my work rather speak for me. And to play for such a big club as Atleti, man, I don't want to say it's a privilege. Every day when I walk through that gate and come to this training field, I'm like, man, I wish in South Africa you could play for a team and just ooze their training and have such beautiful fields. We are still looking, asnama ground in Ganjan. Those are some of the things that I do not take for granted, because to play in such a beautiful field every single day, to train here and to play here, to have the greatest facilities ever, to have a club invest in women's football. I don't want to lie. I mean, it's something that is great. And for you, you're here, you've seen the facilities as well. You've seen how they treat women footballers, how they give them everything else that they need.
I mean, there at Wanda Metropolitano yesterday, almost everything that's for the guys is also for the girls.
True.
I saw it yesterday. You don't have these disparities.
Yeah, Bonnie, so good. We are far away. It's not only. I think when people talk about investment in women's football, they think it's about money, because for a very long time, the differences in money has been huge. Even here, the differences in money between men and female footballers in Atleti is huge. But you do not feel that because of the way they treat us as players.
Yeah.
You understand? There's a lot of equality. There's, you give this to the boys, the girls get it. We have female academies. Those are some of the things I think that we need to start focusing.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
Instead of saying, no, now we just bless them with money. Yes, but each season when you were splashed with money, but your training field is not good, or you don't have kit, or you don't have, better facilities to help you become a better player. Because at the end of the day, so you need things that are way beyond money to make you, want to come emsebenzini every single day with gratitude and say, this is what I want to do.
Tell me about this facility, because you're telling me that this whole facility is new in the area. It's a Wanda Alcala Henares. Yeah. Is it just been opened, or it's always been there?
No, this center is new. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it has about 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
And it was solely built for women's football. So the first team of Atletico plays here, and the second team of Atletico plays here as well, in the center. Then you have the junior teams, both men and women, also playing here. But mainly this project was being done to accommodate women, because the men also have their own facility where they train, where they do everything else. So I think from the president and the people that invest in women's football in Atletico, it's amazing to say that if boys can have their center, why can't we do the same for women? This way, everything else has been dedicated towards women's football. They want to see the female team become better. They know that, we are not trying to, share them with the men, but they have their own program, and I think it's amazing.
And in your team, how many national team players of the Spanish team? And I'm sure, and Batini, is it a case of abekubheke ukuze wakusayine babekubheke ngesikhathi ukora against bona?
That is so funny, because I think I have a couple of players that were in the national team back then when I scored against them. And I think the first day I came to train, this girl gave us problems at the like I said, I don't like bragging about myself, but I like it when people start acknowledging you for the work you do. For also my teammates to know that they can rely. They can rely to me as a player as well, that Umangizalai athletes, because they know I'm the kind of player that the team needs. I'm going to help them as much as they're going to help me become a better player. And I think this environment for me is healthy. I've been in different teams, and I've never been the happiest or enjoy my football, or even be this wowed by the program that Atlet is doing for women footballers.
And so how many from the Spanish feminino side you've got in your team?
I think we have right now 3 or 4 that are currently in with the national team, but we also have a group of international players. I think in total, when we go to camp, we have about 13 players.
Wow, internationals.
Internationals,
wow,
including the Spanish going for national team. So you can see that this program is not only for Spanish players, but it's also for foreign players to come and help the team, to give a lot of experiences, because we play in World Cups, we play in Olympics, we play in the Africa Cup of Nations.
I saw a Brazilian, and also next to you in the picture is the Nigerian,
yes.
and I'm sure the conversations between the two of you have been very interesting.
To be honest,
since the draw.
Yeah, to be honest, we haven't talked about the draw.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's some things in your friendships. Sometimes our conversations, you don't need to talk about them, because you know the history between Nigeria and South Africa.
Yes.
And you cannot say we have bragging rights or they have bragging rights, but they equally know that we are good enough, and we equally know that they are good enough.
Has the Aisha Buhari changed the conversation a bit?
That's why I'm saying that it's a very sensitive topic to talk about. We cannot erase the fact that Nigeria the reigning champions in African football, and what they've done for African footballers.
100%.
They've uplifted the African pride to a high level, at junior level and in senior level. So that's why I'm saying that some topics are sensitive. You can't just say this is what's going to happen, but I'm sure that we all have emotions regarding that, and we all want to represent our country. And the most important thing here is we are not enemies, we are teammates, and we have a mandate for
mutual
us to
respect
perform.
as well.
Exactly. A mandate that we have to perform as teammates together here in Atleti
100%.
before we can able to look at our national teams.
Let's come to your first season here at Atleti. In terms of the team, I can see things are going well. You are in a good position to get into the UEFA Women's Champions League. You said top 3, right? You've got to be in the top 3. But personally, what do you make of your first season here?
It has been amazing. Like I said, I grew in a lot of aspects as a person and as a footballer. I wish you could have been here to see our training sessions, to see the intensity, to see people coming in and still be able to play football and laugh and be teammates and enjoy doing this as a job. Not just ngiyavuka, ngiyodlala ibhola. No, this is a job. This is how seriously everyone else takes it in the team. And it's been amazing. Season Atleti. Unfortunately, at the start of the season, injury, but also the team has been helping me to come back, and I'm injury free right now. Getting some game time, it really helps me a lot.
And in terms of the other attackers, most of the attackers, they come from here. I think the Brazilian is also an attacker, right?
Yeah, we have a good team. That's why I'm saying that when you start adding international players and you mix them with your local-based players, you will get the best out of them, because everyone comes with a different CV, and if everyone comes with a different CV and we put everything together, you can build magic. And I think this is what this program was meant to do, to take Atleti to the next level. And yeah, we are in that top 3 so far. We still have 2 games to go, and everyone is, fighting to finish. We have Real Madrid breathing on our necks, but at the end of the day, this is football. We have 2 games to push, and it would be great as well to enter next season knowing that we'll play Champions League.
And the last game is Barcelona.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, and one of the
I remember when we were watching Champions League, and Madrid came back, and you did say that, this is football.
It's football. You cannot say who will be. Even now, we know how good Barcelona is. We can't take that away. But they lost in the Champions League semi-final. That's football. You can never have a team that goes unbeaten. It's impossible. And one of the reasons I signed to be with Atleti is because of how they play. Their style of play suits me as well as a player, and I also think that's why they brought me in last season. A lot of people don't talk about it. As much as Barca won 3 cups whatsoever, Atleti were the only team to beat them twice. You understand? So I'm not saying it will happen or it won't happen, but I know that it's football.
How was the first round?
We played here at home and we lost 3-0 to them.
Okay. But things are different now. They've already won the league, and you are pushing, And also it will be an interesting fixture, because you'll be playing against Asad Oshola, and also her national mate will also be here as well, up against her.
Yeah, it's always good to play such big level games. They help you individually and they help you in a team sport, because then you are able to go back to the board and say, I need to improve on this, I need to work on this. Oh, maybe I'm good, I have this and this and this, so that when the season starts as well, this is where you have to. Because playing at a high level, trust me, it's not about ukdala nje, it's about getting better every single time, every single season, and a lot of those things come from being in a good setup or a club that really helps you and you wanting to be better as well. And I think signing with Atleti for a long-term contract, that's something that I really wanted, because I want to improve every single year.
How long is your contract, Conchela?
3 seasons.
Oh, wow. And I'm sure the ching I call bad, ne?
To be honest, yeah, it's not bad. I'm making a good living out of football.
Correct. Correct.
It's not extremely what the men get, but we have to understand where women's football comes from, and all the things that had to be set in place and all the preparations. And talking about money, just look around. These are all our sponsors. I think we have about 12. We have
Wow.
Baxi, we have Nike, we have Everlife, Coke, Hyundai, Movistar. It's a lot.
These are direct sponsors
For women's
of the
football.
Feminino side.
Yes.
Wow.
And
wow.
then you have some of them that are part
What's
of...
that bank? Caixa
It's
Bank?
a Caixa Bank, yes. You have some...
Movistar, what is
It's
it?
like MTN and Vodacom. Yeah. It's a network product. Then we have Hyundai, which is... Hyundai is not only for female, but it's for the whole club. Even men are sponsored by Hyundai. Coca-Cola, but Herbalife is a big sponsor for women's football. So you can see that when you invest, it's not only about money. You need people that also buy into the idea of making women footballers to be top.
And television-wise, also always there.
You can see we have a stand here, right in front of you.
Anyway.
The other ones are there.
I can see.
Most of our matches are on TV, and they're trying to make sure that women's football is growing in Spain. We also have a YouTube channel of the club where they put on the games, and if people can come and get the tickets, they're able to see the games at home.
Okay, so I can also watch the game live from South Africa?
You can.
Oh. Actually, I've been catching up on highlights. I mean, to score on a birthday week, I wanna win. He's a superstar. To score on a birthday week, just like that, and I think for confidence as well.
True, like I said, I had a good start to the season. I think I played 3-4 games, and I had injuries and I was out for 2 months, and I was only able to come back later in January this year. Also preparation. I think it was crucial that the team helped me to be ready for the national team, to help Banyana qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. So I'll always be grateful that it's not only about me being useful for the club, but they also take into notice that I'm a national team player. Even the other girls, giving them the right treatment they need, because they understand how players are supposed to be happy playing for the national team and representing themselves at club level. So I was out, and then my injuries, and then I was able to come back, fortunately. So it's been a really steady season for me, without any pressure, without anything, because, as I said, I'm more focused now on growing as a player and going into the AFCON. Then this is something that you want to add and help, all the experience 100%. That you've learned in the club to lend it to the national team.
Tell me more about your coach, and also ne level yakhe. Who's your coach?
Coach is Oscar Fernandez.
Okay.
He's a really good guy. The coach in Madrid for another team called Madrid FC.
Okay.
And I think ever since Wafika Atleti, the team is playing differently. With the kind of players also that he got, the style of play that he wants the team to play. And as you can see, when we have a chance, and it also comes from the fact that we have a lot of experienced players to be able to play these high-level games, to be competitive. And I think Nayo Uzelana Etimeni was a good idea, because last season Atleti couldn't play Champions League, so that's why he's doing what he's doing and having the program that he has to help the team get into Champions League.
And in this season, playing under him and also here, which aspects of your game would you say siyazi ukuthi vele ufike ukulevel la, and fortunately you were also playing for Eibar in the same league, but which aspects of your game you feel like no?
I think aspect of that is evident is my fitness level.
Yeah.
You understand? But the physical trainer in South Africa has always said, once you are fit, you can do anything your mind tells you, And like I said, because I haven't had a lot of game time, that means me fresh compared to my teammates. So every time I get in, I'm able to see the fitness levels that I have, coming in to help the team. Because a lot of time, because of my injuries, I couldn't make the starting 11. And I was content with that, because sometimes Sikhalelo Glali starting 11, not understanding the power that we have to change the game.
Yes.
And I think we had a couple of chats with the coach, and he's telling me, yes, I know you want to start, but at the end of the day, your injuries has pushed you aside, but you've been showing that when the team needs you, you're there, to be able to play. And that's why I'm content with coming in the second half and, changing the game for the team if that's what they need.
And tomorrow, it's a big one for us. And as a that I can't be here, because La Liga in Bambela, this is our program. So about Thembi here, Ksasa, tomorrow, here. They are playing against a former team, Eibar.
Yes.
Nuku is also in that team.
Yes, correct.
How is she doing here?
No, she's been doing well, yeah. Like I said, in South Africa, we have this mentality that, 30, 31, you need to retire. But you can see Unu at a level. You also have a lot of girls here in the team that are playing at a high level. I have a teammate that is also a lot of experience here. 35, she's still playing, she's still performing. At the end of the day, if unomzimbo performer, your age shouldn't really matter. We see it in the men, Ronaldo, Abo Messi, but they're still the top dogs, But
they value experience.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we also need to see where we go wrong as a nation in South Africa by saying, whether in boys or in girls or what, but at the end of the day, you cannot buy experience.
For sure.
You cannot. Whether umuntu mdala or no, experiences will help you as much as, and sometimes even if you let an experienced player and not playing them, the experience they have on the bench will help the young ones and push the team.
The dressing room. They manage the dressing room. Your master coach Peter used to say that.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, dressing room. You manage your
Of course. Because they have the experience, they know how to calm down players. They've been in situations that they need, manje let me delegate, manje let me push Uveli because Ngambona is down. You need those kind of players also in a team. You don't only need self-egoistic players that only think about themselves. And as I say, a lot of teams, manje, it's not only about playing football, but about a lot of things that are being put into football, investment, managing your dressing room, having players that are being able to pull up other players or making them better. Those are some of the things that you would need, to make sure that team yakho performs at any level.
So, ukuyaqala ngomso nawe uyaqala ofuna udlule kuyena uyokora. How do you look forward to this game? Your former team against your childhood hero as well?
No, I'm excited, to be honest. I'm always excited, whether we play a small team, a big team. For me, it's always about excitement and the ability that I'm ebalungwini, and then
sure.
Yes, they think of South Africans, they think no.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we need to understand whether we like it or not. It's a huge responsibility because now women's football is cool in teams. Women's football is cool in Europe. There's a lot of teams that are coming in franchises. They're looking for players. So, who play Vele South Africa or who play A, but they need to have a good remembrance in terms of attitude, the way you carry yourself. These are some of the things that we need in players that are going to play at the top level.
Young as you are, you've always been level-headed, already have a book. When you back home, you involved in a number of projects. Outside the field of play, how's life here in Madrid for you?
It's amazing. And I think one of the reasons also is Madrid. Eibar was too cold. But then I'm enjoying Madrid. It's a vibey city. It allows me to explore. I'm also a person that likes to explore. And I think being in Madrid, I've been trying to explore actually what is it that I can do? Who am I outside of football, And I think Madrid has been giving that a lot to me. Mate, of course, can't take that not into account, the fact that you meet people, you meet friends, long-term friendships, and for me that's amazing because later in life because we don't have our families here. So I think Madrid has been so good to me.
So looking forward to Ugotuk.
Yeah, it's been low. I haven't been home in 2 years. Can you imagine?
Is it?
Yes, it's being part of.
So when you went to the
professional
Aisha
football.
Buhari, you went straight to Nigeria and then you
Because
came
it's a
here.
national camp.
Oh.
Atleti released me to go and to come back. So these are some of the things that you have. When I say sacrifice, when I say discipline, people need to understand it's not only about seeing your family.
Yeah, madoda.
Yeah.
So ngesikhathi ubugogekile awuyanga nje eWestern uthi nje